friends, welcome back. So, I got some gift cards at Christmas time and I've done some thrifting here and there, and these are the books that I have collected. I will show you, mostly that's thrifted, and I have an unboxing to do from christianbook.com. So that will be fun. I'm going to save the unboxing till the end. So let's just hop right in. These two I picked up and will potentially be gifts for people in the future. Fervent by Priscilla Shirer. I do actually have this book already, but this is in like this nice bonded leather cover, and so I couldn't pass it up. And like I say every time, these books come from like the 25-cent range to like maybe $2 range. So for this bonded leather, I thought that was a really good price. So let's start the pile. And then also in that bonded leather is the Battle Plan for Prayer. This is, I think these two might be like companions to the War Room movie. If you guys have seen that movie, it's really, really good. So this one is by one of the Kendrick brothers. Let's see which one it is. Oh, it's by both of the Kendrick brothers, Stephen and Alex Kendrick. So they are the ones that produced War Room and a whole bunch of other Christian movies. And yeah, I really like this one as well. This one, I pretty much picked up because of the old cover. This one was free. The library in our local hospital has a box that they sometimes fill with random books that are free. So this is one that I found in there. And Bell on Their Toes by Frank B. Gilbreth Jr. and Ernestine Gilbreth Carey. The reason why I got it was for the cover, because the cover is really vintage and cool. Also, it says by the authors of Cheaper by the Dozen, and I like that movie. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Neat to have a really, really old book. Sneezing Jesus by Brian Harden. This one I saw Oceana from Oceana Gotta Read 'Em All. She read this book, I don't know, probably in fall last year or something. And I think she gave it like a decent rating. I don't think it was a 5-star, but I think it was decent. So I'm going to try this one. This one is Safik by Catherine Fisher. It says the sequel to the New York Times bestseller Incarceron. And that book I hauled in fall sometime. And so I was like, oh my goodness, it's the sequel to that one. So I thought I'd pick it up. I haven't read Incarceron yet, but I really want to. So hopefully that's good because I have the sequel. What else we got? We've got Pippi in the South Seas by Astrid Lindgren. And Pippi, specifically more so the movie, but it has some sweet childhood memories for me, so I think it would be fun to read the book. I don't know how this works. Like, does Pippi, is there like a whole bunch of books in a series, or what? I don't know. But this one's really cool. I like the vintage vibes, and yeah. Next one is Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. I've heard this one going around on BookTube, probably more so last year, but apparently it is super sad, like super sad, and I don't know. Oh no, it's in first person. Oh, you guys, it can't be a book haul without at least one accidental first person book. So anyway, I will be finding the audio for that book. The next one is True Devotion by D. Henderson. This is one of those typical Christian romance with a very slight hint of mystery element to it. I picked this one up because it has memories for me from my teenage years, and I just would like it in my collection because this was one of my favorites when I was a teen. And then I've got two classics. I know, I'm really jumping in the deep end on the classics front. Hey, my classics collection is growing and I don't even know that I like classics. But the one is Emma by Jane Austen. I love the movie with Gwyneth Paltrow. I love that movie. So Hey, not in first person. Sweet. So I've got that one. And then the next one is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. And I grew up watching the movies Anne of Green Gables, as well as Rotap and Lee, which is kind of like a spin-off. Then I picked up this, it's like a package set. It's Italian in 10 minutes a day audio CD. So the big reason why I got this, because I actually do have a CD right now that is teaching me Italian that I have in the car sometimes. And so this is clearly very old, but I don't know if the language has changed much. But anyway, so yeah, this one comes with a set of discs, as well as the reason I picked this up is because it's got this workbook, and it's not even been used, guys. Like, it is totally not been used. So I thought this would be really, really good to really practice my Italian and grammar, and in a more interactive way. And I don't know if this is like age specific, but I'm really excited to get into this book. Maybe I'll do a series on my channel learning Italian. Yes, that's a great idea. Okay, so keep watch for that, because this is gonna be fun. So the next two I got in December, actually, and I forgot to haul them in my December haul. So this one, The Night Before Star Wars. This is like The Night Before Christmas. It has the same rhythm of rhyming, but it is a Star Wars based book, and it's really cute. And it's written by Joel Leonard, illustrated by Scott Nicholson. It says it was made in the USA in December of 2015, but it doesn't have it doesn't have any publisher associated with it. So is it self-published? Is it a homemade book? I have no idea, but it is really cute, and my husband loves Star Wars, so I thought that would be awesome. Speaking of my husband, I bought him this book for Christmas, so I will include it here. It is the Dark Matter comic book series. It is the whole series in one bind-up. It's really thin, but the main reason I got this one was because in summer, I believe, summer of 2019, we were binge watching Dark Matter, and it kind of ended, when shows get cut before the show producers have enough time to wrap up the storylines. That happened to this show, so it kind of ended on a cliffhanger, and my husband had commented that he was curious how it would have ended had it continued, and then I found out that it was originally a comic book, and so I picked him the comic book so he can read the ending. This one is a gift for my niece. It is the Japanese Dictionary, revised and updated. So it can go, I think you can do Japanese to English and English to Japanese. So she's really into everything Japanese, and so I thought she would really like this book, and I happened to come across it. So that's fun. So I got that book. And you guys, look what I found at the thrift store for $1. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I was like, are you serious? And it's not in first person, so we're good. I was so excited. Mistborn. The whole of BookTube loves Mistborn and Brandon Sanderson. So when do we read this one? Hopefully soon. Although, maybe, I think I've heard that there's a series that is best if you read it before the Mistborn series. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. The next two I will hold up together because they're both Isaac Asimov's books. They're very different sizes. But there is The End of Eternity and Robot Visions. And the reason why these interested me is because I know that Merphy Napier has recently discovered Isaac Asimov, and she is really loving his more science fiction robotic elements in his books. So I thought I would pick 2 of them up and give that a try. There were actually quite a few Isaac Asimovs at the thrift store at the time, but because I haven't read any of his books yet, I figured I'd stick with 2. This one I'm also so excited about. I just can't even. The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, I could add it to my Tolkien shelf. I'm really excited to have this one. I know it's not nearly as hyped as The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit is, but it is. It says Tolkien's epic legendary precursor to The Lord of the Rings. So this, what is this? I don't even know what this is. I've heard good things about it, and I've heard, like, I don't even really know if it's just his world building, and that's all it is. It's just more like establishing the world with which The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings take place in, or if there's actually like a story within this book. I don't even know, but I'm really excited to have that. Like, I was looking for that. I was this close to buying it like full price from Amazon or something, but thrift store. Alright, so this next one was a gift. It is A Universe of Healing by Matt Schellenberg. He is a friend of ours. He grew up with my husband. He lives locally here, and he writes poetry, and he's really good at writing poetry. So he gifted this book to us. This, I don't know if it's even been released yet. Pretty soon, I think. He's having a book release event, I think, in our local city. So, yeah. This is really fun to have. This is actually the second poetry book that he has published. We have the first one as well. Now we have his second one, and I think that's really awesome. So I have something planned for the month of May. And if you've been following my channel a bit, if you know me a little bit, you might have guessed what's coming in May, but I'm going to keep it a surprise till then. Anyway, this book, The Teacher from the Black Lagoon by Mike Thaler, and pictures by Jared Lee. This was a huge staple in my childhood, like huge. And we used to own it, but I don't know where it is now. So I bought a new one. And then Red is Best by Kathy Stinson and Robin Baird Lewis. This one is also memorable from my childhood, so I picked this one up. Now, let's get into opening this box of goodies. I was anticipating this box coming in the mail, and super excited when it actually showed up. You guys! Okay, so I picked up Flight of the Raven, which you know I love, the Ravenwood Saga by Morgan L. Busey. I read Mark of the Raven in summertime, and I loved it. And then I read this one from the library, and I loved it. And I bought Mark of the Raven on a book outlet haul, I think. Black Friday, I think it was. So, now I finally have the second one. And the third one was just released this month, and I'm so excited to know how this story concludes. This is like huge, but I absolutely love the first two, so I really have no doubts that I will love this one. So I'm very excited. I also picked up Emissary by Thomas Locke. I didn't realize this was hardcover, but that's cool. Ooh, stiff binding. Pretty simple hardback. So this one, all I know is it's science fiction. It was basically for $1 on christianbook.com. So I thought I would pick it up and give it a try. I really like the colors in this cover. It really looks very magical and mystical, so we will see how that one goes. Have you guys ever read anything by Thomas Locke? And then last, but certainly not least, and one I'm so excited about. I think I set up like 4 or 5 different books in this stack. Whatever, I'm excited. It's the Bible in Italian. Like, I'm so stoked. Like, what better way to learn a new language by reading the Bible in that language. Like, come on, that's awesome. Like, I'm so excited for the day when I can like mark this up and I know what it's saying and everything. So I'm very excited. Very, very excited. It's got some like sticker residue on here, so I'll have to clean that off with some Goo Gone, but yeah, there's like no English on this book at all, and I love it. So very happy to add that to my book collection, but also my learning Italian. So these are the books that I hauled in the last, was it like 2 months now? And very happy with my new additions. And let me know if you've read any of them, if you liked any of them, if you think I will like any of them. Yeah, let's just chat books in the comments below, and have a lovely day. Bye!